Okay, so here we are, week number 3 of May. Right, we're going to talk today a little bit about those reward loops, mood swings, and why other people feel harder when you're already depleted. Okay, yeah. Seriously, right? Like sometimes the hard conversation is not just hard because of that other person. Sometimes it's harder because your whole system was already running thin before they even opened their mouth. Okay, I'm not giving you a break from that one. So this week we're talking about influence without all that reactivity. So I'm going to say something real plain. Okay, other people are harder to deal with when your system, my friend, is already running thin. So that doesn't mean the relational issue is fake. Okay. It means that your capacity to stay with yourself inside, right, is affected by the condition of your body and your brain. And so this is important, right? This matters because a lot of people, right? I talk to a lot of people, and a lot of people assume that their irritation, agitation, frustration is all about the other person. And sometimes it is partly about the fact that, they didn't get enough sleep, right? They are underfed, they're over caffeinated, hormonally taxed, overstimulated, or running on tiny bursts of reward and recovery. Okay. So when that baseline is in that underfed, overcaffeinated, whatever, overstimulated space, the patience gets shorter. Our tolerance gets thinner. Our tone feels sharper. Disappointment hits us harder. Misunderstandings, well, gosh, they just feel all kinds of personal. And these small things start sounding and feeling so much bigger. Again, it's not about blame. It's about context. So we want to talk about reward loops for a minute. Okay. When your day has become a long string of coffee to wake up, sugar to push through, right? Phone checks for micro stimulation, snacking for comfort, scrolling for more escape, and little rewards to keep yourself moving, your nervous system, right, can become less resilient to discomfort. And it's not because you're weak or broken or some big project that needs to be fixed. It's because it has gotten used to tiny outs. Okay. And then relationships ask something different. Right? It asks you to stay. It asks you to tolerate. It asks you not to react instantly, to hear something imperfectly said, right? To sit with the not knowing and to wait before chasing reassurance and relief. And that's so much harder when your whole system has been practicing the opposite. So for women over 40, especially, right? Especially for us women over 40, there's often, more layers, right? We have added layers that we need to consider, right? Less stable sleep, more sensitivity to stress, changing hormonal rhythms, energy that doesn't rebound the same way it used to, right? And a body that now tells the truth faster when something is off. Okay, so this is, again, useful data because it means we can stop pretending that we're robots. If you want more relational steadiness, look at the basics. How did I sleep? What have I eaten? Have I had protein? Am I dehydrated? Have I been overstimulated since the morning started? How many little hits has my brain been relying on today? Right? How thin is my system already before this person even speaks? Those questions matter. Okay. And they matter because sometimes those arguments is not just with them, it's with your own depletion. And when you know that you can respond differently, right? When you know that, I'm really hangry right now. Could we perhaps, right? Let me grab a snack before we have this conversation, right? When you know, right, then you can respond differently. Maybe that conversation needs to wait. Maybe you need food before clarity. Maybe you need to stop texting and go reset, right? Maybe the limit or the limitation in most people's words, boundary, right, is not just verbal. Maybe it's physiological support first. I don't know. None of this is weakness. This all becomes your wisdom. Clean, rational, personal leadership is so much easier when your system's not already hanging on by a thread. So sometimes, my friend, the best thing you can bring to a hard conversation, right, is not a better speech. It's a better supported system. So yesterday in our live session, right, we talked about influence without reactivity. So all of this needs to be part of that too. Noticing your depletion, or should I say, noticing when your depletion is making other people harder to lead yourself around. Listen to that again, right? Notice, make it a point to be noticing when your depletion is making other people harder to lead yourself around. See you soon.